Nightmare, if they can have some kind of catcher, then it'll be great. Cho's not there. The Kaja is still there. Technically, Suyo can catch. Yeah, honestly, Suyo is still a good pick here, but it looks like for both teams, they might prioritize the Nolan.
I think so too. So if you mentioned the Bruno, if this comes true in a second, in on the red side, then it would be quite a different scenery. But still, they go for the more stable one, Helos and the Aurora.
Nolan Bruno will be good here for DK. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree. Alpha Bruno also not bad.
Oh, Beatrix.
Beatrix Sicilian. Completely forgot that the Sicilian was let through, right?
Yeah, but now they have two scalers here, Husky. Like, Sicilian want to scale, Beatrix want to scale. But we saw in game number 1, they can accelerate.
If they get the Nolan, right?
Nightmare takes Nolan here. Or
yeah.
Bruno. And then ban the other one.
They take Bruno and everyone starts banning junglers.
Yep, I can see that. I can see that happening for sure.
Let's see. I feel like if you are Nightmare, I personally would take Bruno, but they would go for Hayabusa.
Ooh.
This was also a game 3 pick for Too Easy for Lexi on day 1.
If I was Smile, I would not be liking this.
No, not at
be
all.
Like, Coach, Nani.
I have GK scratching their heads. It's like, we have 2 late game heroes, and now we have a Hayabusa to deal with.
They might need...
It must feel so sad banning out the Hilda.
Yeah. No, they needed a Nolan, but there's no way, right?
There's no way.
There's no way. True. So I'm thinking, what other fighter-type heroes that can go inside the jungle that can potentially deal with the Hayabusa?
No Cho. I mean, Khalid is probably your best choice.
I'm thinking like a fighter in the jungle. A fighter in the jungle so
Fredrin.
that... Yeah, I'm thinking of Fredrin. I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking of Fredrin, but even I'm thinking like, is it enough? And is it in their arsenal?
And it looks like a very harsh environment for the Fredrin to operate. Just based off of the first 3 picks of Nightmare, it's not the easiest thing. So Nolan banned out. This last ban should be something like a...
If you want another assassin, you know what?
Julian?
Screw it, Saber.
Take the field. Your team.
I mean, Saber technically counters everyone.
Yeah, technically. With the right mindset, it counters every draft. And you have catch and damage all at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, and guess what? Enemy junglers don't take Purify. They don't buy Winds of Nature.
Because I feel like if they go for an assassin here, I don't know if they will have the same tempo going up against Nightmare. Because Hayabusa is pretty fast. Like, if you want to go for something like a Lancelot, I really don't know how the Lancelot will survive against the Hylos, against the Aurora, and now even the Claude gets picked up. Haven't seen the Claude for a while, but you have a lot of dive here against the Sicilian.
The Sicilian. And you have a pretty decent time dodging the AoEs of the Beatrix, dodging the Khalid with the BMI. So it's going to be quite a mountain to climb for Carvey, right? He has to be twice as accurate with his shots. That's the late game potential, the late game insurance for Nightmare. So they have covered all their bases, and we still have no idea where this Hylos is going to go. So they go for the Julian and the Jawhead.
You talked about the Julian. I'm not so hot on the Julian so far. 0% win rate. And it's weird. The Julian doesn't burst people all that fast. And even when he does get burst, like he bursted someone else, someone else, he will get caught.
Yeah, he has
against the Hilo some more. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
4-5 second, the 5 second fixed cooldown. Although the Jawhead does feel like it could be. I mean, it is the way. to deal with like these mobile heroes, but this Ruby is going to be a problem too.
Let me just say, Nightmare has all the answers to every question that Geeky has. The question is, can you handle this Sicilian? Yes.
Yes.
Can you handle this Jawhead? Yes. They got the Hylos, they got the Ruby. You can stop the Jawhead before he throws anyone. And even if you try, the Hylos can just body block it by standing on top of your original target.
What's the win condition for GK in this case? You survive to late game?
Yes.
The true late game comp.
Oh yeah. So,
can they play fast early though? I mean,
so Samo exits his lane early. Let Zeno, Smile, and Shen move as 4. Catch one target, kill them out, slow down the rotation in mid.
sounds like a rinse and repeat of game 1, but,
Exactly.
but on a higher level.
Exactly. This time,
Till the enemy
level 2,
reaches
you
the
can actually go for it, right? Because you have the
Snatch
Jawhead now.
Level 3, you unlock Julian's skill set, so we'll see if GK can pull it off. Very technical approach to game 3 against Nightmare Esports. Could be on blue side again, Nightmare on red, parallel jungling as always.
So for this matchup, Husky, it looks like we're gonna look at the mid lane here because the mid lane should be having a lot of action. Too easy for Lexi, he does have the option, but knowing Hayabusa players, they do like to gank the mid anyways. Jasmine is here, seeing the rotation coming in from Shen, seeing the rotation coming in from Zeno, and now Zeno already has the level 3. So if they want to go very, very aggressive, they can go very, very soon. It's just that Shen does not have the ejector so far because he upped the smart missiles first. Oh, they went in!
The Sanguine Claws, bad impact. Jasmine has to use Revitalize for that. Again, level 3 is where you unlock the Julian.
Oh, they want to try for this. Shen is about to hit level 2. Now he is.
Gonna eat us on the damage. Saves Zeno in the process with the ejector.
Hey, that's an option. That's always an option.
Bot side though, instant rotation to the bot side. They're gonna look for Cammy. The chains knock up. One last hit. Cammy goes down to the minions. First blood for Carvey.
So far, very good showing by Zeno. Too easy for Lexi is gonna be the one securing the gold crab. And again, I think one of our pro players has said a lot of attention is on the gold crab so far.
I believe is it Zia?
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's Zia.
right?
Zia.
Pretty interesting interview. I saw that this morning. Oh, Jasmine caught out. That's a second kill for Zeno. Only Shadow Kill will take out Shen in the process. It's a decent trade.
Yeah, very decent, but again, as long as Mal survives, everything is good. Carvey has a kill on his side, so you feel even better for now. Looking at how the turtle is gonna spawn here, I would say Geeky does have the advantage here, but it looks like Nightmare is the one that's gonna start up the turtle.
Gonna take a purple buff first before they show up. Turtle is incredibly low. Samo commits the raging stance on, force out the quad shadow from Lexi.
What?
And secures the turtle for his team. So it really doesn't matter as Zeno knocks out So-So. The rest of Nightmare Esports are incredibly low but are able to disengage.
When I say that it's probably Geeky favorite, that's not how I imagine it to turn out to be, but you know what they say, Husky, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what is it.
It's life.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens. And now Samo. Honestly, this entire series, Samo has been playing his role very, very well as an enabler for the team.
He actually has been playing out of his mind. So consistent. We saw Cho. I mean, game 2 he played Phobius, so that was more. It's a bit different.
Not as flashy.
Not as flashy. You don't really move as fast. But you give him something like Khalid Cho. Oh boy, he does so well. Jasmine tossed over the wall. He's just getting ragdolled around, knocked up, and at the end goes down to Zeno.
Yeah, even with the glorious pathway, it's not enough.
Slightly too late also, right? So you don't get to benefit from the movement speed and regeneration.
Yep. Plot's kid, by the way, looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. I love it.
Shout out the M6 kid, man.
Statue also looks great. It's a sacred statue.
Can M7 have a tank? I mean, come on, man. I need a tank.
Okay, so which tank would you want to have?
Grok.
Grok?
Yeah.
I was thinking Tigreal, because that would be one of the few staples. They have time to consider. Another toss over the wall. Unstoppable force attempt to escape, but doesn't really have the health to tank out that, but the magic damage from Zeno and Smile is a lot. So Jasmine once more uses Glorious Pathway and revitalize.
Yep, Samo is there waiting, just in case if they want to re-engage into the fight. So far, looking at the goal laners here, Cammy has died once, but I feel like he's still having a good enough experience here to actually be able to farm up And so far, Geeke, even in the mid game, it's still dangerous for them because so far Geeke is looking okay. 3 kills to 3 kills. The goal lead, there's really not that big of a difference. Nightmare, the mid game power spike is going to be very strong for them. So Geeke really has to keep up the discipline and try to catch a lot of mistakes from Nightmare.
Unstoppable force again. Shen looking for a toss. Just displaces Oppa. They want to look for Jasmine, but he's healing up on the Glorious Pathway. Shen with a smart missile trying to do as much damage as he can. Ogi Shadow Q shows up. Good retribution from Zeno to get the turtle. And it takes so long for Shen to fall. And Geeke finds 2 kills.
That was a very messy team fight, especially from Nightmare, because if we're looking at all the damage dealers, they're all healthy, man. Shen got taken down, sure, but look at Carvey, look at Smile, look at Zeno. Yeah. Everyone's HP is essentially full.
It took Shen so long to die, even though there were 2-3 people on him. And also special shout out to Zeno, his first item is the Blood Wing, so taking him down is even harder than I think Nightmare would want it to be. Cammy trying to shove the wave out, Samo doesn't really care about it, top tier 1 falls.
What BMI is stripping me, man. Because when he uses the BMI, I thought it was the King's Calling. And I was like, wait, that's not Mincitar. Look at it. The circle reminds me of the King's Calling.
The monkey hologram does look a bit larger than usual.
All right. It's not just me. I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
Wow. What's crazy is that they're trying to gank Samo, which...
pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty local.
Yeah, pretty local for sure.
I can respect the attempt.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think they had any anti-heal just now.
Oh, they commit so much onto Shen. Poor dude ate at least 3 ultimates, and Oppa now needs to escape. Raging Sandstorm from Samo on top of it, and Oppa cannot spin his way out of that. Good change for the lockdown. Carvey finds a double kill.
So Nightmare, honestly, I can respect it using all your skills to make sure that Shen gets taken down, but then that just enables the rest of Geeke to be like, now we can fight. Zeno is free, the Smile is free, Carvey is free, and now another thing that's free is apparently this turret.
Yeah, 3 ultimates just for a Tim Tan. Feels a bit of an overkill. It felt necessary for Nightmare, but the cost outweighs the benefits.
If I was Shen, I'd be like, you know what?
Sure.
I'll take it. I'll take it. It's like, I died 5 times, but this is one of those games where you don't look at the KDA. You look at what the impact really shows the team.
Another pull. Shen is ready for that, so let's get the extra shield from the ejector. And Nightmare definitely learned that lesson, but how do you contest this turtle?
I feel like Jasmine has to get on top of Zeno. Get on top of Zeno.
Okay, they're just gonna burst it down. So much damage. Now Shen, he's fishing. Good Sanguine Claws. Good stun though. If not, Shen would have gotten the toss.
Yeah, but right now the Claude is going down. Bottle, Carvey!
Oh, the RNG so close. Carvey really dancing with that flicker.
Oh yeah. Too easy for Lexi. Something to put into consideration is that he does have the Sky Piercer. So if Carvey was late on that flicker, he's gonna get shut down for sure. Oh, look at that gold difference. A lot of gold on Carvey here.
So much gold. Nightmare really focusing mid-side. Another toss on the offer, so he is gone. Flicker Raging Sandstorm coming up from Samo, forcing Nightmare Esports to disengage with the Glorious Pathway.
Yep, and even look at that. So was low HP there. Carvey, I believe, just hit the end of his Ren or Apathy to make sure that So was that low. And now with a 3,000 gold lead, looks like Geeke, all this while, they just needed the Sicilian Husky.
Yeah.
They play differently with the Sicilian. It doesn't feel like a late game hero. He's 007.
He is. He is the James Bond from Nena. And Soso is going to get caught again. They have the indicator on him. He is the target. Bounty claim. Monster kill for Carvey. Pull back on the Shen, but he's going to willingly eat out the damage. They can't even take him down. Double kill for Carvey. This guy has ascended. Lexi shows up. This time for Carvey!
Play of the day!
That's the play of the day right there. Carvey is legendary.
Let me just type it out. You just don't.
Unbelievable. We gotta look at the instant replay presented by Kiria Gaming. Just look at this.
We don't need just an instant replay, man. We need a slow motion. We need a slow-mo here because, okay, I'm looking at the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa is not even in the fight just yet. Extended fight. Hayabusa coming in from the flanks.
Look at this one.
All right. Slow down. He hits Smile. Carvey.
Oh, 2 shots in a row.
And both from the Renner. You have to aim for that one. You gotta aim.
Oh boy, that is so crushing. So this Lord is essentially gone.
I'm waiting. Okay, just in case, just in case. There's always the outlier where out of nowhere a quad shadow comes in and then it steals it away.
You know what would be impressive?
What
if
would be
the
impressive?
BMI hologram stole it. If Dexter just...
Hey, you know what? That's a good promotion for the M6 skin. You want to steal lores with your BMI? Pick up the M6 skin. It gives you 8 more physical attack. I'm not wrong.
I think that's every skin, but yeah. But if everyone has the +8, then it's fair game. You know?
Yeah, it is fair game.
Fair game. The steal, Shen is gonna go for the flicker. Oh boy, Cammy gets caught! Disappears. Mega kill for Zeno. Opera and Lexi shows up way too late. Top tier 2 most likely will go down.
Oh yeah, looks like it's...
Come on, come on.
Oh, yeah, there we
I
go,
was like,
there we
oh,
go.
you did not want to finish the job?
Yeah, it's like Husky cursed it. By saying that you're gonna get it, you don't get it.
If I say that DK will not win the game, would they still not win the game? Hey, wait, no, they will win the game. Almost reverse curse that.
Don't talk.
It'd take a miracle for a comeback. Oh, they do catch Samo. Not anymore.
Oh,
Jasmine is gonna get caught.
That was a good bait. So far, Carvey is having an amazing time here.
Oh,
oh my
oh,
goodness.
oh.
Oh, stop it. No.
Come on, Carvey.
Carvey!
You have to do that in the final game of the wild cards for your team. But hey, that's one way to go out with a bang. Flawless game, 10-0 on the Beatrix. All inhibitors gonna go down. EK Esports will just look for the end. Bennett's Rage, Cammy, one last dance, one last duet, taken down by Cammy, 11-0 on the Beatrix. It is GG. GK Esports comes out on top 2-1.
Hey, you know what? Carvey is saying, you know what? You've been looking so good on the Beatrix. Let me show you how I use it. And if we're talking about MVP performance, fair to say that was an MVP performance.
Truly MVP worthy. And what a way to close out the wildcard run. Again, these two teams have really nothing to lose, right? They are not going to make it to the decider match anyways. This is just that series to kind of end the journey for the year. But still, GK Esports ended it strong on the back of all of their members. You have Samo who played well. Shen also had an amazing game. Carvey stepping up.
We were talking about how, you know, no regrets, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're talking about, you know what, just let's try the Sicilian. And then they got to try it today, and then they're like, you know what, it worked.
It worked. It was great.
So maybe next time, trust. Even if the Sicilian is not necessarily in the meta, maybe for you guys, it will work out.
Even though early game he's not the strongest, but the crowd control from the Sanguine Claws is it's pretty annoying to deal with, right? It's one of the stronger crowd controls, and not many majors have that capability. Sicilian is one of the odd. This has been pretty one-sided for the winning team, but you just say that.
Yes, but I want to express it even longer.
In case you don't know what a bait is.
Yeah, in case you don't know what a bait is.
He'll be the carrot on the stick.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. And Nightmare really fall for it. They saw Shen, and they used excessive force. And that's one of those situations where excessive force, maybe not that great of an item. Maybe just pull it back a bit. Maybe just... But it's always the argument. It's like, if we don't put everything there, there's a chance that he will be able to run away. But then comes to the question, does it even matter if he runs away?
You get pulled back by the Sicilian, right? Look at this Sicilian.
Long-range implosion.
He's 0-1 at 14.
Kills Schmills, you know? Doesn't matter.
Out of 15 kills, he is part of 14 of them. Just utility is enough.
But I'm pretty sure he does quite a lot of damage. We'll be seeing the damage numbers after this. This time, the game was actually 10 minutes, 56 seconds. So maybe not that big of a damage coming in from the Sicilian. Maybe at most 100 plus stacks.
I know when we look back at
Oh,
this,
never mind. He did a lot of damage.
he actually did a lot more. He did more than Carvey. He did the most damage this game.
And Carvey was one-shotting people, man. Well, two-shotting.
Yeah, they don't have enough health bar for Carvey to, you know,
to scale up
the numbers. So that's on Nightmare. Pretty unfortunate.
Very interesting that Nightmare had a lot of answer for the Sicilian, but yeah, maybe Smile just has to be confident. You know what? Next time, just give me the Sicilian. Yeah, let me use it until they ban it out.
That and also the Jawhead Julian, right? I know we saw it at the start of the...
Oh, this is Julian's first win, by the way.
It is Julian's first win. It's also Jawhead's first win, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I know it's a pretty strong combo for that early game, but we gotta give it to Carvey on this Beatrix, the MVP of game number 3, 11-0-1.
11-0-1. Even having the weapon master to scale up the damage, just in case. Just in case if 2 shotting people is not enough.
Just in case if anyone survives 2 Renner shots.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that happening? Huh?
Yeah, it would be cool if you went for Sky Piercer.
Oh yeah.
Then maybe.
It may be one shot.
Then maybe you could one shot with a Renner.
Yeah, overall, big congrats to GK, you know, ending their wild card with a good showing.
I think when you consider what was mentioned by Smile at the start of the day, where they decided to take a break instead of boot camping, and they started feeling the impact, and you close it out on a good note, right? This could be the beginning of another chapter heading into next year's competitive calendar. But this was also the start of Carvey's reign of terror in Game 3.
Something to consider as well for Nightmare. They gotta adapt to the speed of the meta, because like they said, like, people are moving too fast. And I feel like what they try to do, what they try to replicate by moving fast, is that getting early kills. They see Shen, they go all for Shen, and then we'll see what happens. But that's not the best way to accelerate the game.
I agree. It's something like what our RQ Akira tried to do yesterday against Legion, right? Where it's all about going fast, but sometimes you stop paying attention to the resources that your opponents have to kind of flip the script. And so many times you see this Jawhead, yeah, he went down 5 times, but every time he goes down, the Nightmare loses more.
But yeah, I think it's all about that pullback, you know, because they try to kite away, but the Sanguine Claw is like, no, you come back here. I have long-range implosion.
Yeah.
Hop shot.
No, brother.
Yeah, now we're going to look at the standings here and really showcase where everyone is sitting so far, and we're looking at Group A. Unfortunately, Nightmare Esports will be the final team in Group A. GK Esports is the 3rd team in Group A, managing to get 1 point. Ulhanar and Demfeng Yaoguai. Final match, we'll be seeing who's number 1, who's number 2. That's going to be the tiebreaker, because both teams have 2 points each. After this, one of the teams will be going home with 3.
Yeah, and this, for me, is a highlight of the wildcard group stage. It's going to be happening at the end of the day, the final series. But with Group A behind us for now, we're going to look at the Group B matches, because it's a lot less clear cut. Coming up, we have Legion Esports against the Mongols, right? And Legion, they not only have to win their series, they also need their opponents to
lose.
Win. Technically, RQ Akira to win and instead of to lose.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Beat Mongols first, because the moment Mongols wins game number 1 or game number 2, that's essentially GG.
Yeah, and even if they win, even if Legion wins 2-0, they need the team that they beat yesterday, which is RQ Akira, to win their game
2-0.
2-0. It's pretty tough to rely on someone you just beat to quote unquote, you know, get you through.
I remember, I believe it was M5, when the Malaysian team
Oh, no, repressed memories, no,
fought
don't
against
do it.
the Ohio brothers.
No, don't do it.
And then we lost.
It hurts, it hurts.
Grab your tickets now, and you'll get to witness 16 of the world's best teams compete here on day number 1 and day number 2 of the Swiss stage, where we basically have 8 games. 8 best of 1s. That's going to be the tempo, right? That's how they start. They start strong and they keep on their momentum, or they start in a bad route, but then how do they recover?
Yeah, and you have to also
buy tickets now, because when it's over, it's over. We're not selling again.
Yeah, final chance.
Final chance.
Best of 1, so interesting. And again, depending on where you end up on the Swiss round bracket, you might get the chance to play best of 3s, and those best of 3s are the deciders whether you advance to playoffs or you continue the journey in Swiss stage.
Yeah, and again, just make sure you guys grab your tickets. But coming up next, it is going to be Legion Esports going up against the Mongols, where just win. For both teams, honestly, just win.
Just win. I mean, if you're Legion, you have to win.
Yeah, Mongols, I kind of feel like they want to end on the high note.
Yeah.
And if they can take down Legion, that's a high note in itself.
As a high note, you not only beat your opponent, you also deny them the slot, and you help Incilio secure the slot in a decided match. It's going to be quite a statement.
Yeah, you know what I always say? It's not enough for us to be happy, but it's better when someone else is sad. Was that a good message? To send
It is a
people?
good message. Like, I am happy when people are sad.
Maybe you guys don't take that advice. We're gonna go for a break. After the Mongols going up against Swabs and
Game. Stick with comfort picks. Because if
representative as well, it's gonna have a lot of challenges. But until you actually reach there, you have no idea what's coming out. And now we have a question. Will we see more teams picking up the Granger? I don't think it's a staple just yet, but I feel like it is one of those stable
kind of a three-way
ourselves. But now, qualification to be like, go for folks, if you guys just came here, we just finished a best of 3 between Nightmare and Geekay Esports, where Geekay was able to win a 2-1, winning the first game as well as the third game using the Sicilian. But now we're jumping into game number 2, where we'll be looking at the Mongols going up against Legion Esports, where Legion Esports, they still have a chance to get out of the groups, but they need to win 2-0 against the Mongols first.
Yeah, just like we both mentioned it at the very start, one step at a time. Legion Esports, they need to do their part first before looking at the rest of the permutations. And it all has to start with beating the Mongols. And not just any win, it has to be a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, we got to see if they have any more surprises. We've seen the lane swaps and such, but still, going up against the Mongols, we're going to be looking at some of their quotes, but listening behind the scenes, like, they're, like, physically, they're here. Mentally, they still need some more strength to deal with the world stage.
Yeah, I think for the Mongols, some of their players, it's their first time on the international stage, right? So the jitters definitely is going to get to them. We've seen some of the nervousness, like even when you look back at on day number 1, when the Mongols went up against RQ Akira, game number 1, right? Like Renix K had an amazing game until that very last moment. We've seen that loss of composure, and hopefully throughout the entire wildcard leading up to day 3, he has been able to manage that battle.
And for you guys at home, discover the beating heart of Kadia City, the gaming and esports district, the world's first real-life gaming hub, and a beacon of gaming culture. Thank you very much, Kadia Gaming, for supporting M6 and the wildcard. This game is going to be the beating heart, the start for Legion Esports.
Yeah.
So do they go crazy or do they go with what has worked so far?
I think Legion Esports yesterday, they backstage about what to do.
Standings here, and we're going to be looking at Group B. If you guys are watching here, both Legion Esports and RRQ Akira are tied with 1 point each. So honestly, even RRQ Akira has a chance to actually make it out of groups.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 3 potential teams to be moving through. In fact, to the point where if Legion Esports lose 1 game, then RRQ Akira are the ones that has the chance to make it out of group.
Yeah, both of them have to win their series cleanly, with the other not winning their series cleanly.
So RQ Akira wants Legion Esports to lose 0-2 then?
Yeah. I think if mathematics serves me correct, yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
Because if for Legion Esports, if they win 2-0 and RQ Akira loses even 1 game, it's still over for Legion.
And Celio is just here watching the rest of the teams and be like, go for your win. We're very comfortable here. We need 1 win and then secured. It is so secured.
Like, we don't even need to win our series. We just need to take 1 point.
Yeah.
One of the easiest tasks compared to what the other teams have to go through.
I'm just wondering for Mongols if they have something up their sleeve, something like the Sicilian that we saw from Smile. Maybe they have a secret pick as well that could surprise. We've seen a lot of ranked heroes, something like the Mia. The Granger hasn't been shown up that much, but again, could be one of the options.
Wasn't Mongol one of the teams that also pulled out a Granger yesterday? It's by Renix K.
Yes. I think it was.
So that could be one of the options, right?
Use once and immediately gets banned out.
I mean, they win that game. So I think it can be an option for Mongols to consider again. I do think that they have very good ideas. Like, they're also one of the few players that plays the 1-1. What?
Look at him. Sensitive advance, as you guys can see. Legion Esports must win 2-0 against Mongols, and RQ Kira wins 2-0 against Encilio. So there's 2 win conditions here. One you have control over, the second one you don't. And this is the worst situation for you to have, and vice versa, I would say is the same for RQ Kira, where the Mongols have to win 2-0, and then RQ Kira has to win 2-0 against Encilio. So both teams, RQ Kira as well as Legion Esports, half of the battle, they can fight.
Yeah.
Half of the battle, they just gotta pray, man.
They just have to pray. They just have to pray and see and hope that the team that, the teams that they were their opponents is going to end up benefiting them in a certain way. So this is a kind of a 3-way gridlock, I would say, with obviously Legion Esports and RQ Akira drawing the shorter end of the stick.
Yeah, imagine this. There's a chance Encilio doesn't make it out. Like, there is a chance. That's crazy to see. That is really crazy to say. But now we have a quote here from RinXK. This is my first international championship. So I felt nervous whenever we're on stage, and my team members felt the same way. This M6 wildcard taught us many things. We learned about managing our mental state, stabilizing our emotions, and getting more practice on stage. And we also have a quote from Meiki here. To calm our nerves, we gathered together in one room after each match. We had a lot of discussions to help us calm down. I think besides the stage nerves, our approach to the game might not be serious enough. This is from the gold laner and the mid laner of the Mongols.
Yeah, 2 of their first time appearance on the international stage, and sometimes it does make you wonder, right? Like when we look back in history, last year it was Lil Gun. We called him the Mongolian downloaders. This should sort of quote-unquote be the 2.0 version, at least coming into the wildcard. We've seen glimpses of it, but again, you could see the loss of composure due to how fresh 2 of these players are on the stage. It definitely showed on day number 1.
It's always a surreal feeling, because you always know the world stage is going to be a big deal. It's going to have a lot of pressure. It's going to have a lot of expectation. It's going to have a lot of challenges. But until you actually reach there, you have no idea what's coming up. And now we have a question. Will we see more teams picking up the Granger? I don't think it's a staple just yet, but I feel like it is one of those picks that could potentially counter certain strategies. Like, for example, going up against Encilio, again, one of the favorites, using a Luyi, this Granger makes the whole field look incredibly bright. No way, no bushes feel dark for the Mongols.
Yeah, and you also kind of love fights that get drawn out a bit, because you could keep refreshing your resources and keep using your abilities. Those long-range posts can be deadly. He is quite oppressive in lane against certain heroes that want to take more time to scale up. So I think that's kind of what Mongols would be looking for.
Yep, and now let's reintroduce them. RinXK, Shenlin, Meiki, Zetsu, as well as Ban Kai. And yeah, they were the ones that debuted the Granger, showing how excellent the Rhapsody and the Death Sonata is at dealing damage and actually opening up the map.
Yeah. So there's an interesting video about some of the players and how they got their name. And for Zetsu, it is just as you think, right? A reference from the anime Naruto, where...
Sure, Naruto, yeah.
Yeah, so he was stuck with that name because he used to be in a clan. So yeah,
He was in Akatsuki, yeah.
He was in Akatsuki. So do not cross him. He will find your family, and he will buy them. He will
give them gifts,
yeah,
like flowers and biscuits. Hello Panda, maybe.
Yeah, Hello Panda.
And now we have Legion Esports. We got Daylight, Nart, Joe, as well as Meow. Where again, Legion Esports, people will say it's an upset. They were able to take down RQ Akira, but they just showed that they had the better preparation. That's it.
Yeah, they definitely did. And they are the only team so far in the wild card that has been doing the lane swap between mid and XP,
Yep.
right? Something that did catch RQ Akira off guard yesterday. But not just that, like, Joe had a way better game yesterday. Also had an amazing mid lane performance. Nart as well. Yesterday was just a world-class performance from him on the Franco.
And I was watching the game. Even you guys were like, the Franco is iffy. It could work, It could not work. Maybe Akaja is better, but then he's just like,
He proceeds to win the game all on his own.
that's the reverse caster curse. I'm just calling it. You guys made it work.
Hey,
You
man.
guys did quite a lot. But now we're gonna talk to Sabo. A lot of anime references here. What is something we don't know about Daylight? Daylight is good when he plays in a serious tournament, but in scrims and ranked games, he plays like a bot. And I just want to slap him. He even nicknamed him Solo Kill God. Sometimes hard work isn't enough. With luck, we made it here.
And you know what they say? Luck is a combination, 99% hard work.
Yep, I agree. Honestly, like, the more hard work you put, the more luck gets attracted towards you.
Yeah, law of attraction, or whatever they call it. It's from the book The Secret.
Yeah.
It was a very popular thing.
My dad watched that. That's how I learned about it, from my dad.
I have the
Honestly,
book.
Honestly, you could just put it in any religion and it will make sense as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, I have the book, but it's like the pumpkin spice latte, but book, you know. Everyone
Ah.
gravitates towards that. But I do dig it, you know. Good things comes to those who,
Work for it.
yeah.
And those that want it.
It's how hungry you are.
Oh,
or something.
I'm very hungry, Husky. You don't have to ask me that.
I'm also very hungry.
I'm looking at Hello Panda.
I-
and my question is, do you guys have enough?
Good question. We need to check the storage.
Because I
after
want to
this.
eat more.
Me too.
The problem is, enough never feels enough. That's the problem. Anyways, right now we're jumping into the pick and bans here. Coach Sabo banning out Eve. Coach Buyo banning out the Jushin. Probably a Fanny is in our future as well. It's really on Coach Sabo that has more flexibility with the bans here. And they're taking their time.
Fanny and Chip for red side. You could go back down to so Fanny, Chip, and
Or
Jusin.
Fanny Cho.
Fanny Cho as well. I mean, the Jusin has been led through by some teams. Hilda banned out by Legion. That one was kind of a given. But I think Legion is also one of the few teams that that sometimes actively goes to the alpha more than assassins when they have a chance. So this Hilda ban does give a good indicator what Joe wants.
Probably looking at those assassins. Again, a lot of assassins that he can use for sure. The Mongols should be able to see this coming, so maybe putting a pressure
Sir,
down in the
what's your
EXP lane
command?
is going to be a
Your
good
team is
answer for
banned.
that. The Fanny gets banned out. Legion Esports, what is going to be the final ban here? If they ban out the Hilda, they got to consider banning out the Cho as well,
Always
because
on the
going over to
way.
Mongols is going to be
Your
very, very
team
difficult.
is
But no,
banned.
they're banning out the Matilda, making sure not a lot of fast rotations coming in from the Mongols.
That does make the Cho more appealing to Legion as the first pick, right? So, because now you don't really have a Matilda Express anymore. So if you want to go for pickoffs, Legion Esports can definitely consider that. But we also know that they now rock the Franco, so that could always be kind of that secret pocket pick. If Nar can play Franco, the Kaja is definitely in that hero pool too.
Last ban here by the Mongols. They're really discussing this one. They're considering what is going to be the trade-off. What are they willing to give for the first pick, and then they get back in the second two picks. I wonder if they want something like a Cho Suyo.
You could take Chip, you could let Chip go, excuse me. They banned the Gatot. And maybe you pick like Aurora +1, right? Like AoEs to do with the Chip. So the high loss would be the first pick for Legion.
Fun fact, after Legion Esports Game 2 win versus RRQ Akira, Daylight now ranks #1 in turret damage per minute in a game, 3,571, and the 7th in highest gold per minute in the game, 1,000 on the dot in all time. M-Series records all time? What?
All time!
All time!
All-time highest turret damage too. Wow!
That's one way to make a name for yourself, let me tell you that.
This could be the last ride in the wildcard, but hey, you leave with a bang, right? At least you bring back some world record.
That's in your resume for sure.
That's in your resume for sure. Maybe remember, every single time we talk about these stats, down the road, Daylight is going to be part of that Hall of Fame. Suyo Aurora would be the next two picks for Legion.
Yeah, you were talking about in Legion, pick it up. Mongols going more traditional here, picking up the Khalid, picking up the Alpha. Honestly, Bruno would be pretty good here, just to have that lane oppression, to help out the Khalid, to help out the Alpha, because both can be lane bullies in their own right. But if they don't want Bruno, probably pick up a mid laner that can deal with the Aurora. Something like a Vexana if you want more control.
Valentina is not too
Valentina
bad.
is not bad as well.
You can steal the glacial, the frigid glacier, and what do you call it? Glorious pathway.
Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't sure which direction you were going, but now I see. Now I see.
Yeah, glorious pathway. I mean, the Cho is still open. That might be something that Mongols might consider banning. Yeah, so they pick the Cho themselves, which is okay.
Yeah, well, you've been hitting the drafts here. Very good on you, Husky. But now we got to look at the gold lane here. I wonder if Legion Esports will eventually think about banning out the Granger, because so far the Mongols showed the Granger really for the Lui. I'm not so sure if they will use the Granger like as a staple in like any game you can pick up the Granger, you know?
Yeah, I don't think so too. I think here you could consider Bruno, so you don't ban out Bruno, right? You ban out like Beatrix, Nathan, Harif, and then you get first pick Bruno. But that is under the premise that Legion Esports lets it through completely, so they would keep the marksman pool open. They ban Tigro instead, which I do like. You remove some setup from Legion.
Yep, the Tigro kind of shows that whatever your marksman is going to pick up does not want to use a Purify. Thinking about a Beatrix here, honestly, even Bruno does not want to use the Purify. Nathan is okay to use the Purify, so maybe that's not what they're aiming for. Whenever I see a Tigro kind of ban, I'm thinking like either the jungler doesn't like it or the gold laner doesn't like it. Alpha doesn't like it for sure, but I'm just opening up my options and thinking that RinXK also doesn't want to use Purify here.
Even sometimes when you play Moskov, you would prefer the Flicker in certain case. So Loi banned out by Legion. This is a hero that, in fact, now that I look back, it has been let through in the entire first series.
I mean, it's the same argument as a Chip, right? You're not a good Lui player, you're a good Lui team. So not every team is going to be picking it up. I mean, even Incilia lost with it.
That's true. They did. It's been quite shaky, right? The win rate in the wildcard. Yeah, the Edith ban. Also one of the few heroes that...
Okay, never mind. Now I see the ban is for Alpha. The Alpha wants to have a better time whenever he's engaging in a fight.
Edith really has kind of dipped in appearance rate. Why is that the case? Like, is Edith not favorable anymore?
Is favorable, but not gonna lie, it is one of those heroes that you have to get comfortable with using, because there's this very intricate mechanic of making sure that you have maximum damage on your Primal Wrath, and not a lot of players are comfortable with it in a heat of battle. But yeah, we were talking about Bruno. The Bruno now picked up by the Mongols. Both the Beatrix as well as the Natan is open for them to consider. Maybe even consider the Harif. Maybe Harif is not good here.
I mean, you did say that the Edith ban is for the Edith and Tigro ban are for the Alpha. It also helps the Bruno, right?
Yeah.
So when he gets the Malefic Gun, I'm not sure how Legion's gonna get to him.
I don't know about the Beatrix because they're going up against a Cho. You want a Purify.
I think Natan.
Yeah, Natan is solid because Natan is fine with using a Purify here, unless Legion they really want to take a risk by picking up a hero like I don't know, Harry?
Harif
can use a Purify, yeah.
Oh, so they take Harif and Jawhead.
So it looks like this Hylos is going to the EXP. And with that information, Mongols can decide whether the Cho is going EXP or Roam. Because so far, Cho has been flexed around for quite a bit.
Who would you rather match the Jawhead? Like in the Roam role? Cho or Khalid?
Khalid. Actually, no. The Cho can escape. No, never mind. Cho. Because I was thinking if the Jawhead mis-throws, then the Khalid can actually deal the damage. Even if the Khalid dies, maybe the Khalid can take someone with him. But yeah, no, the safer Cho.
Yeah, at least you can sort of negate the toss with the Shunpo. Harder to catch too. I think, yeah, you can sort of avoid the unstoppable force with your Shunpo too, right? Oh my goodness, I've been talking about this, like, I think I've been talking to you and a couple of our colleagues about Veil. Never really thought that I would see him.
I mean, in the Philippines, they've been trying it out. So we'll see. Veil, very strong crowd control. The damage has been nerfed a bit, but not saying that the damage is bad. The damage is still there.
Yeah.
You just gotta hit your skills. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Veil has, the crowd control range is actually pretty long. You could reach far targets. And the burst damage is out of this world. Like, you get clip, it's lights out. And I mean, yeah, Harif has to purify, but Harif likes to be up close and personal.
This is the match where potentially Legion Esports, if they win this one, they have the potential to actually go to the decider match. But if Mongols wins game number 1, their dreams will be crushed Welcome to the land of dawn.
One team still has some signs of life, but the other here to deliver the verdict of death. We'll see if the Mongols would crush the hopes and dreams of the last light of the Mekong region representative. Of course, we got Legion Esports on the blue side and the Mongols on the red. This time, the jungling path is the complete opposite.
Interesting. Meow is solo getting the turret. Oh,
yeah, so the lane swap again. They did the lane swap again.
Yeah. Now Hehehe is going to absorb. I mean, like, to be fair, Hehehe he was an EXP laner, was a gold laner, now he's a mid laner, so he feels right at home.
Yeah, it's going to get brought back in, but does survive. Shenlin gets gone on. Smart Missiles almost took him down. Both teams disengage.
And to answer the question, looks like Bankai will be using the Cho as an EXP. So this is going to be a roam Khalid, which is something that I did forget. Shenlin was the one that uses the Khalid, and Shenlin really stops the movement of the mid trio from the opposing side. So this is more about comfort, I believe.
Both roamers even went for the encourage enchantment for their roam boots. It's all about raw power and damage.
Not gonna lie, even roam boots, I just use encourage nowadays. I rarely use conceal unless I'm using a catching hero like a Kaja.
That is true. Or Cho. I mean, Cho probably is the next candidate. So this lane stop, I guess, is a lot more manageable for Cho. It was able to shove the wave in fast thanks to the concussive blast clear. So it takes an early recall just in time for the turtle to spawn.
Oh, right now, Nart goes in.
Hey, Flicker. Freeze Makey does get out. Good crowd control response. Again, a disengage from both teams. Mongols wants control of the turtle, but this Aurora will make it a bit difficult. He's going to catch the bottom wave to hit level 4. Shenlin loses majority of his health. Flicker kick from Bankai. They jump onto Joe. First blood going over to Shenlin. Meow gets the law in order. Shenlin will flicker over the wall. Another knockout onto Hey. He doesn't have level 4. Bankai honor him with the Jit Kundo. Zetsu works on the objective. I think Legion Esports will just have to give it up.
I feel like Legion Esports hovering around there is already not a good idea. You just lost your jungler. Might as well go somewhere else around the map and get as much farm as you can. Bankai so far is not getting punished at all by the EXP Aurora in the early game. And now going to the top lane, Shenlin is looking at Daylight.
Punish him.
Whoa, that's a lot of damage even with the Purify being used.
Yeah. Purify actually did nothing. He
he
still,
did nothing.
He still ate everything. So they bring Nart here to try and secure the crab. He's not going to get it, right?
Hold on.
Oh, that's a crit.
Yep. Legion Esports, I would say the previous fight was a little bit messy from their side. Looks like the targeting was a little bit unclear because Nart was aiming for someone else. Hehe was aiming for someone else. Joe looked like he was unsure whether to go for Nart or Hehehe. So they were trying on multiple angles, where I believe if you're using a catch composition, just focus on one. Make sure you kill one person and then you're good.
Yeah. And also because they did the lane swap, so the Aurora didn't hit level 4 since the side lane waves crashed so much later than the mid wave, so he couldn't catch it in time. If he had that Frigid Glacier, that would have made all the difference.
And now the Mongols having 1,000 gold lead. Shenlin again being quite good at managing Legion Esports, making sure that they're unable to move forward. And now they're just camping that bush, waiting for Nart to move through. And Bankai looks like he's sniffing someone is close. He does have the weight of dragon. So honestly, the Mongols, they're A-okay to start a fight at any time because they have a lot of ways to initiate. Makey can initiate, Shenlin can initiate, Zetsu can initiate, Bankai can initiate.
All these, you know, dark areas, it's going to be a tough thing for Legion to crack. Like, you need Meow or Nart to kind of walk in and open the map a little bit. Like you mentioned, LaFell, so much catch potential. Second turtle will be up. Bankai already in the bush. When King is solo killed topside by Daylight.
Yeah, Bruno is a problem. Hey, you know what? One of the OG problems in lane is that RA.
We toss away from Nart. So no toss for another 10 seconds. Bankai is going to prime up the Jikundo. Flicker. Good cancel with the unstoppable force. Bankai not able to find the kick, but still Mongols wants to take the fight. Split up by the Glorious Pathway. Makey on the retreat, and Bankai still soaking out the damage. One last toss. He goes down.
Well, Bankai is doing his job as an EXP laner. He's trying to put so much pressure into the backline, so he's separating the team, and now they're on the meow.
Re-engage from Shenlin, Raging Stance on committed. Meiki doesn't land his abilities, not go onto him as the turtle gets secured by Legion Esports, and now they go for more. Joe wants the damage. Shenlin soaking it up with the Quick Send Guard to buy time for Zetsu to get a kill.
No!
Misses the spill of Alpha, and he goes down. He fights the kill.
Oh, Husky, that was painful. There were 4 members, and he went in between. Moment of silence.
That was a disaster. Oh my god!
Well, returning of the 1v1.
That's a Haas-Claw effect, I think.
Our job is to talk, but I feel like we need a breather here. Just
So he almost got solo killed the second time. He just healed up off the Haas-Claw and yeah, found the trade. So that's Bruno for you in a nutshell.
misplays have been happening, folks, on both ends. Mongols going up against Legion. Right now, it doesn't look like one-sided at all. So either team has a very good chance of winning this one. The Mongols, though, I kind of feel like scaling. I feel like the Veil scales a bit better than Aurora.
I wholeheartedly agree. And again, this Purify from Daylight, they're gonna go on to him. No Purify, no Flicker, he is gone.
Yeah, Shenlin wasn't there. Shenlin can't help out. Look at Bankai. Bankai, I wonder if he can catch Suyo, but no, his target is gonna be the high loss.
It's gonna be a bit tough. They don't have enough damage, even with the Alpha and Veil. So Daylight will cash in on the top tier 1. They finally free him from the Bruno.
Or free the Bruno from him. So far, the score is 1-1, Husky.
Yeah.
You know, like Harv got a kill and Bruno got a kill.
Bruno did die twice. Uh-oh, going order onto Bankai. He's gonna get tossed back by Nar with the Flicker, preemptive one. And he will end up going down. Shenlin couldn't get over the wall. Good stun from the Blaze Surge. Killing spree for Joe. 3 down for the Mongols. Renix K just respawned. Uses the Flicker, dashes away with the sliding tackle. Saved by Meiki.
Yeah, but overall, Legion Esports, they got the mid lane turret. That's huge because now they can start controlling the buffs as well. And this is good for Narn. As a Jawhead, having a lot of bushes to work with, that feels amazing. And seeing how the team moves around him, making it so that whenever he does catch someone with the ejectors, a kill will follow suit.
Especially if we say that Bankai has been doing his due diligence, Nart also has been doing a fantastic job. And Renix K, he's just not catching a break.
Ooh, yeah, he needs to be a little bit more careful here. Like, he has to consider that. As strong as I am, the Harv is pretty strong as well. The Harv already has 2 items when the Bruno only has 1. The Bruno only has the Haas-Claw, while the Harv has the Feather of Heaven as well as the Starlim Scythe.
Yeah, so that's a back-to-back death in like a 2-minute window, right? So now he's 1k behind Daylight, which in of itself is already horrible news. Doesn't have much map to work with. Bankai forced to use the kick. Joe still chasing it on the top side. As the rest of Legion Esports just a few possession. Renix K!
Oh no!
Not again!
No! Oh, I mean, this is good if you're a Legion Esports fan, but if you're a Mongols fan, you'll be like, just let him play the game.
Yeah, we just had a quote of him
He just
talking
saw
about.
a minion.
He just won one wave.
He just won a minion.
We literally had have him talking about resetting the mental. This is one way to break it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If you really want to break someone, this is how you do it.
Keep ganking him over and over again. He's like, he'll never see it coming. We ganked him 3 times. What are the chances we gank him 4 times?
Doesn't help that there's a jaw hit, right? So you can't even get away from him. He locks onto you, you're dead.
Oh.
They will try. The choke can get the kick off. Narn will flicker.
Yeah, this time you can see everyone is on Renix K.
The Glorious Pathway just a bit short, so Zetsu gets to walk out of it safely. Now the problem is, Renix K has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to farm.
His entire team has to move around with him. And now the Lord is going to spawn. So the Mongols, first for me, maybe use this time to farm up.
I don't know.
know.
On the defense, right?
Bankai can potentially get a good kick, but I'm just worried that any form of engage that the Mongols have will be punished. So this is the better choice. Find farm while everyone is preoccupied with the Lord.
Yeah. It has definitely the game plan will have to shift. protecting Renix K. He's the win condition. You gotta somehow allow him to survive.
Oh!
Uh-oh, Jikun don't miss. Bankai is gonna eat it. Good counter engage. The burst is right there from the Mongols as they blow up 2 members of Legion. The freeze will miss. Good pick off by the Mongols.
I was about to say good on Art using the unstoppable force to cancel out the way of the dragon, but the damage though.
Holy cow.
That
The veil
damage, though.
Wow, the daylight disappeared.
Oh, dude, everyone disappeared. I blinked, and that was my mistake. Just to see the itemization for the veil, in case anyone is wondering, is the Genius one and now the Glowing one. Just 2 items. And once he hits his abilities, lights out.
Yeah. In
Lights
the old
out
days,
for daylight.
you do take lightning truncheon, but he doesn't even have it, and he is blowing people up.
I wonder if he just wants to go for the Divine Glaive or the Holy Crystal Streak.
I think Divine Glaive is, I think both are good if they can somehow keep getting these pickouts. Holy Crystal would be a big bonus. Bankai does have the flicker, so they will try to fish for something. Zaman Force is out. Daylight will do just enough damage to break the top tier 2. But I mean, Mongols put up a super good defense just with the pickoff.
Considering his 6,000 gold difference, they're doing quite good.
Yeah.
They're doing quite good, and the Veil so far is 0-0 and 2. He keeps on getting the levels, and with more levels, the more his movement speed is, the more difficult it is for someone to catch him.
Yeah, every single assist he gets, right? Takedown he gets. So that's 2 out of 10 stacks for Meiki. That's 16 extra movement speed. Another toss. This time they do found Zetsu. The jungler is gone. Malefic Gun just got purchased by Renix K, but the Mongols need to think about escaping. Meiki, Shinlin all on the retreat, and they will be able to get out.
The Mongols need one good engage here by Shinlin. Once that engage happens, they can deal damage.
Hey, with the flicker into a toss. Again, there's just no escape. Shinlin ends up falling. Sancho!
Oh my goodness!
What clips him on the edge with that? Bankai completely just messes up the rotation. Almost goes down to the synchro fissure. Oh, this Leader just broke one out inhibitor.
I didn't know 8,000 gold would translate to that kind of damage. Like that looked like they had no fighting chance.
That was a Bruno with Malefic Gun.
Oh, dude,
I thought it was far enough.
Okay, Daylight is impressive, but honestly, Meiki is impressive as well. Being down 8,000 gold and doing that much damage against a team that has a Harif, has the Jawhead, like, not bad. The Veil is doing not bad damage.
This Jawhead is actually a big problem.
I mean, if the pressure doesn't stop, oh yeah, the problem is there.
Such a big issue. Unfortunately for the Mongols, there is no chance of even contesting this one.
It's funny, Husky, you were asking me how Jawhead, like, who would you rather fight against the Jawhead? Is it the Cho or is it the Khalid? And apparently it's neither, it's the Bruno. Their aim is like, you know what, we're just fighting Bruno. It's like, guys, come on, I wasn't even part of the conversation. Why am I here?
He's getting dragged in, his collateral. Oh, started as collateral, now he is just the main target. He's going for Rose Gold Media next.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, he just got the Magic Blade at least.
The Magic Blade, I feel like it's enough for now because he's scrambling for gold. He's almost 2,000 gold behind compared to Daylight.
They should be able to clear out the Lord, but they will have to give up some structures. Spot inhibitor goes down. Another attempt to stumble force. Nard finds the toss. Zetsu just gonna go down. He disappears. Vaporized by Daylight. They find the kill onto Nard, but they need to take down the Lord. Good freeze. The Frigid Glacier from and Legion Esports will take game number 1.
Legion Esports is one step towards getting out of groups. They defeated the Mongols. They need to do it one more time. But based on that, if my calculations is correct, this means that RRQ Akira does not have a chance to get out of groups.
Yep. Well, the hopes for Legion Esports, for the whole of Vietnam, is still burning. There's still a flicker of the flame, but they have at the same time extinguished whatever is left for RRQ Akira. The second seed from the Latam region will unfortunately have to bid goodbye, despite not even being on the stage to play for the series yet. But Legion Esports have shut the door for one of the teams, and now they've created an advantage, or at least a room of breather for themselves.
Yeah, honestly, like, the Veil did quite a lot of damage, right? It's just that the setup was not there.
Yeah.
This is just me because I just feel comfortable. But anyways, like, Legion Esports is doing so good. I like how in the early game, nothing much really happened. But then once they start applying the pressure, the jaw hit really was a problem.
Yeah. It started with one gank on the top side after both the marksmen solo kill each other once. Nart shows up, kills RenXK, he respawns, gets killed again, and then he respawns and he dies again. He dies 3 times in a row. And that was the end. Like, he has no space to farm anymore.
This is one of those games where RenXK would just be like, guys, come on. Like,
Guys say, please, please, I need help, please. What do you want me to do?
Come my lane. Come my lane. Like, at least open up the map. Let me know where the jawhead is.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Like, yeah, like, that jawhead was a problem. Like, Nart was a problem. Like, your scaler can't farm. Like, how can you... Like, RenXK could have played much more safely. For sure, for sure. He could have been more careful with his positioning. But at one point, you got to realize that, okay, he's not having a good time. Someone's got to help him.
Someone's got to help him. I would expect that to be Shenlin and Bankai. Bankai is technically having a pretty tough time against Nart because he kept getting cancelled. They all kept getting cancelled by the Unstoppable Force. And then every time Shenlin shows up, he gets tossed and then he goes down. So now no one dares to fight this jaw hit.
It's actually quite good that Nart has not been kicked by the Cho, even though the Cho targeted him so many times, right? The Unstoppable Force, the timing is like, at one point even Bankai could have just played around and not kicked him, let him use the Unstoppable Force first and then kick him, but I understand he probably can't survive that long.
Yeah, I mean, Nart is also pretty patient. That is also one of the few times you see that a slight reduction in knockup duration come into play.
Yes.
And on top of that, Nart just, you have that millisecond to respond to the combo from the Cho.
That's a good shout, Husky. I didn't even consider that. Yeah, because the knockup has been nerfed in terms of the time that you actually get knocked up.
Yeah.
You have more time to respond.
Yeah, usually you can hardly respond. I don't think you have enough time, but
No,
now
you don't
you
have
do.
enough time, yeah.
Small details.
Especially, I wasn't looking at the items. If Nart had the resilience boots,
He had tough boots.
He had tough boots, so yeah, even more.
Even more.
Definitely can respond to that. So looking at the damage here, Daylight dealt a lot of damage, and Makey almost caught up. 51,000 damage, and Makey was not touched at all. Only receiving 8,000 damage. He was barely, he was able to deal damage without taking a lot of damage. So he played the Veil as best as he can.
Yeah, and the good thing about Veil is that he doesn't even need to be the one that one-shots people, right? Like, your burst damage is enough that even if you don't take your target out, you chunk them down low enough for the rest of your team to go in for the cleanup. So this Veil, I can see it working. I definitely think that it has its merits. The unfortunate part was that Legion snowballed a bit too fast for Mongols to recover.
Yep, and now we gotta look at the MVP of the game. The MVP is going over to Nart, man. Like, he makes you have a headache.
Yeah,
And that's the best compliment you can give to a roamer. You know what? You're a headache.
You are a piece of work. I hate you so much. It's like a good actor, right? Like, it's someone that plays a villain.
Exactly.
You hate that character, but he did a pretty good job for you to hate him.
Yeah, Nart really played the role very, very well. He's just like, there's no way that he thinks we're gonna gank him again, right?
Yeah.
So we just keep doing it.
I think like compliments have the way that people accept compliment has evolved. Usually people want to hear, "Oh, you play so well.
You did a good job."
But now people just like, "Are you hacking?" No, I'm not. I just play good.
That's the way.
If people accuse you of something,
why can't I kick you?
Yeah, if you get accused of something, you probably are doing something right.
Yep. Nart, man,
his first item was Dom Ice, if I remember correctly. He was so far ahead. He bought Dom Ice first item, and then the rest was history.
Definitely something that you have to consider within the banning phase. Because if we remember, a lot of the heroes like the Tigreal, I forgot the other hero, but again, all Edith.
Yeah, Edith.
Heroes that you don't want to use a Purify on. And Jahid is also another of those heroes. Like, if you don't use Purify, I'm going to get you.
Yeah. You're unstoppable, right? Literally unstoppable. They follow you until the very ends of the world. And Tigreal used to be one of the answers to Jawhead. Like, oh, you toss me, I'm going to get your whole team in the back line. But there was no Tigreal this game.
I didn't even notice that, but Nart even used the flicker to reposition so that Bankai is even further back than he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And all this
Look
while,
at this.
all the good catches, man.
This preemptive flicker, like, it's so fast from Nart. Like, poor Bankai, man. He's like doing his best to get a setup, but because of
For
this jaw hit,
everyone.
he cannot do anything. I mean, in this case, a special case.
And again, that veil damage was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was Nart's highlight, but we get to see some of Mickey's plays.
It just cannot, like, your front line doesn't survive long enough. And Nart is so far ahead that he is running forward. Was it this one that K went down? Like, he had a... Oh, wait, this was after he went down. Yeah.
Again, I feel like the Mongols could do it. It's just that they don't know how to react. I feel like that's the problem. Where when we say teams have a problem that they just like reacting to something, but this is one of those things where he doesn't react. Like they don't know how to react.
I think, I mean, okay, sure, Mongols, again, they are not making it anyways. They're not going to make it to tomorrow anyways. RQ Akira's hope has been dashed, but the Mongols can still make a difference, taking 1 point off of Legion.
Oh yeah.
There's still a realm of possibility where they end up stopping Legion, and Insidio auto advances without having to play their series.
And RQ Akira as well.
Yeah. So if they take one game, Insidio can literally just celebrate, because they're already through. How crazy would that be? Mongols have the power to dictate the face of the two other teams.
And now we're going to talk about Helo Panda, but this time we're doing it in Mandarin.
Okay. 你好熊猫，你好熊猫，它的饼干很好吃。
Okay, good enough.
That's good enough. Well,
Good enough. You know what? And now
live translation isn't easy.
we can celebrate now, but actually we haven't had lunch, so
We haven't lunch.
this is going to be big for us. 你好熊
熊猫.
你好熊猫
Oh, yes, yes.
你好熊猫
Correct.
There you go. We're doing Hello Panda in different languages. I'm just going to get a few here. Dude, my mouth is salivating.
Thank you, thank you. I can't. This is going to prep for open now.
So it'd be very interesting if they don't make it. Like, that would be very interesting.
But that would be great for any team that makes it, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say if Denfan Yao Guai or Legion, Instilio, the big spoof in the wildcard stage has already made history, you know, in their own way. See game 2, Gatot banned out. First, we got Mongols on blue side this time.
It's interesting to see this year, Turkey is really showing up as a region. Usually people talk about Southeast Asia, but now Turkey is like, hey, they came to play. Now they have 2 strong teams.
2 strong teams, yeah. And I think it's the first time they have 2 teams in the group stage.
Wait. Not happened yet.
Not happening. It could be, potentially.
It could potentially happen.
Yeah, historically the first time, if Ohanar makes it through. Good to see that regions out of SEA are really showing up, right? Like ECA showed us something. M3 was N8, and, you know, BTK made top 3.
Yeah, they defeated
Blacklist International. That was quite a spectacle too.
Mongols here, like I said, banning out the Gatot, and now they're banning out the high loss. Interesting strategy here, making sure that there's no strong frontliners, which screams to me, burst. Coach Sabo banning out the Jushin
For the ultimate answer.
and banning out the Hilda.
They'll probably let Chip through, so the Fanny should be the last ban for Legion. But for Mongols, I mean, you can go for the show. I don't think you want to ban Jawhead.
Hey, why not? Why not?
I suppose so.
Because what else is pretty good banning? Eve!
Oh yeah, Eve, yeah.
Eve, yeah. But
They can pick Eve.
They can pick Eve. I mean, like, Coach Sabo is going to ban out the Fanny, so they could probably get Eve.
They could get Eve, yeah. I mean, they ban Jawhead, they get Eve. And it's not too bad of a hero into the show.
Yeah, it's not a bad first pick.
Yeah. Okay,
Are they going to do it?
Are they going to ban Jawhead?
Ben Jawhead, Ben Cho, something, but then
Sun
get the
rises when
Oh,
I
the
give
Ben
it
Khalid.
Khalid.
Eve is still open.
Yep.
And it's not the best target
Sir,
for Jawhead to go
what's your
on to.
command?
Fanny
Your
ban.
team is picking.
Yeah,
Eve
man.
is open.
Get Eve, come on. Come on, Makey. Come on, Buyo. Give him the Eve.
They're taking their time. What if they let the Eve through and Legion Esports, they get the Eve plus Alpha, for example. That's going to be very impressive. Eve, Nolan, Eve Cho.
Suyo.
Suyo, there's a lot of options. The Eve is a good counter to a lot of the meta here. And Mongols, they're really
Among the
taking their
planes
time. They
exists
pick
the
up the
equilibrium.
They have to take the Eve.
Which
I feel like it's
I
too
was
good of a
made
pick to
for.
pass up. Although Legion can still take something like Valentina, right? You want a direct copy of the RWM, Valentina is your hero. And, well, good news, Hehe does play that hero. They take Matilda first, and the Alpha, no,
The
Phobius.
Phobius.
Okay.
All right, so Matilda, Phobius, they can save the Valentina for the third pick, but now Mongols, they have priority over which jungler do they want? Do they want the Nolan? Do they want the Suyo? Do they want the Alpha? There's a lot of choices, but they have the priority here. And we see that Bruno is strong. But if you pick up the Bruno, Legion Esports can fight back with the... oh, wait, no, now they can't, because the Matilda is there. And
there's no
Phobius
jaw
is-
hit.
So actually, Bruno might be a little bit more safer. And then later on, ban out the Harif.
There's also the Kaja that they can consider.
Ah,
I'm not
yes.
sure if it's worthy in the first phase, but Kaja is definitely on the menu for Mongols down the road if they want it. I mean, Phobius, you like to jump while get pulled away to the edge of the world. Matilda also can't really save you.
The shadows
They
that
do take the
plague
Suyo
this world.
first,
This world.
and the Edith, okay.
All of it.
Plenty of control.
Yeah, Legion Esports with the Eda pickup. Now they got to consider, do they still want the Alpha? If it's not an Alpha, then it probably is the Nolan. And if you're really unsure about either, maybe even think about the Hayabusa.
Hayabusa. You could reach the Eve, yeah. It's just not too bad of an option.
You can ignore it first and pick up something like a gold laner, and then later on pick up your or pick up your Valentina.
I think you pick Valentina. I would go for Valentina, but they go for the Alpha, okay. So if
So now for Mongols, they have two options: either ban out the gold laner or ban out the mid laner. That's a good ban.
That's a good ban.
That's a good ban.
We saw it in the first 2 days. I also brought it up just now that, you know, the three big suppression heroes, Baratz, Franco, and Kaja. I like this. It's a pick that the Mongols have definitely have mastery over, right? To really hard control these targets. Like even Matilda can save them. So Valentina gets banned out. That one was expected.
Other picks, maybe the Eve, maybe the Aurora. The Eve, whenever you see the real world manipulation, you can drop the Eternal God onto the Eve so that the Eve can't tap for a while. And now that the Harv gets banned out, and Legion Esports, they have free reign to pick up something like the Beatrix.
Yeah, they ban Aurora. You can take Bruno, but we can have Beatrix. So it's still not too bad of a trade. This one is going to be Daylight on the Bruno. Bruno. So they saved the
They need a
mid
little
lane
bit.
for last.
I actually don't mind Kaja Beatrix here.
I agree. I
Kaja
agree.
Beatrix is so good against Legion Esports.
Like Edith into Phobius doesn't feel too bad, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
It's
very
okay.
good. It's a big team matchup.
Yeah, Edith clears the lane fast, so in case it becomes oppressive, just leave the lane.
You want early damage? You can fight. She definitely can fight.
We just have to wonder if Mongols has it in them to use the Beatrix Kaja combination against the Alpha, against the Bruno, against the Matilda. This is a good pick.
Yeah, like how comfortable are you? So the Beatrix is a no-brainer. Let's see, come on.
Your team is picking.
The
So they go
Cho.
for the Cho instead.
Same concept, different hero.
Same concept, different hero. Slightly harder as well.
Yeah, because there's a way to outplay it.
Southern seas
The
are
angles,
The
right?
Kadita.
Oh, okay.
Eve might get knocked down here.
Whoa.
Kadita doesn't do well against healers, but I don't see any healers here for Mongols.
Yeah. Oh, she turns into liquid, so she doesn't really ignore the chessboard that Yi puts up.
Yep. And the combination is so much faster now, so very good draft here. But the pressure, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is on Legion Esports.
On Legion Esports. They could have the best draft in the world and still feel the weight on their shoulders. Though this one, if they win it, they have already completed half that journey to potentially overtake Incilio. The other half lies onto Arceus Kira, but for now, they gotta overcome Mongols first. Game 2 with the Mongols on blue side, Legion Esports on red.
Good draft or bad draft. Legion Esports, it's on them now for them to secure this. Because if not, their dreams on making on to the Swiss stage dies here. And we're jumping in to the Land of Dawn.
Pretty stressful for Legion, but of course for the Mongols, all hope is not lost just yet. They have a chance to leave their own mark, a stain on Legion Esports, kind of vanquish the hopes of the Mekong region. Both junglers starting on orange buff again, so mirror jungle padding just like last game. You got a Yi, Cho, wave clear, just fantastic. Another lane swap where you put the Kadita into the Edith.
Right now, Legion, this is basically being their staple for now. So teams should really see it coming, but no more games for them after this, so it is going to be interesting nonetheless. Shenlin here on the Cho, gonna put a little bit of pressure on Bernard, but Bernard is able to dash out of there. So far, not a lot is going on around the map, but the Mongols did secure the Little Wanderer.
I do think that this lane swap, the minor adjustment I would make is the minute and 30-second mark right before the turtle, you give the mid lane to the mid laner instead, so that hero can hit 4 first. As we just see in game 1 that Hehe got the Aurora out late just because he wasn't able to catch the top wave, the bottom wave in time. And I would prefer having the Kadita out than the Phobius out, which in this case, you get the one-shot targets that you catch with the Petrify. So we'll see if Legion makes that adjustment, but for now, it seems like they will stick to what they are comfortable with as the Kadita will continue to take the top wave.
Yep, right now, really looking at all the waves managing here. Legion Esports, most of them are here on top. Bankai sees them, but Bankai is dashing out of there. Really looking at the situation and how they're going to fight for this turtle. Shenlin is there having priority, but Shenlin doesn't have level 4. And between Nart and Shenlin is the one that really needs the level 4. Nart can at least deal a little bit of damage.
Meow and Hehe, they're still looking for their 4, but they don't have time to wait for it. And so Retribution goes over to the side of Mongols. They get the turtle. Joe almost electrocuted. Purify out from Nart. One last shot will do the job. First blood going over to Zetsu. Then orange buff is also going to be gone.
Yeah, the Mongols are moving very fast. They see an opportunity and they're going for it. And this is the one of the weaknesses, like you said. It happened in game number 1 as well. Hehe got level 4 very late. In fact, he still doesn't have his level 4. And this is not what you want from a Kadita because, hey, it's a very strong early game hero. But if he's not there in the early game, you know, it's like, you're not doing your thing.
Between Infernal Pursuit and Rough Waves, it is a clear winner, and who should get that ultimate first. So, I think if it's like a Khalid or Gatot, then sure, right? He can take the mid wave. But in this case, Legion Esports probably, you know, just it's a minor oversight that costed them that first objective. So it gives Mongols a decent lead and 1.3, 1.4k advantage. But for Legion, they still have decent openings to work with as long as they kind of not allow Mongols to take control of the map.
Yeah, so right now, Legion Esports, they need a way to catch someone, right? And my trouble is here, Husky, is that it's good that Nart and Joe are moving as a unit, but they're staying at the bottom lane for quite a while, so they're not being proactive. And Hehe is not getting out of lane 2. So they're not in good position to actually get any good catches. Like, the movement from Legion is being passive when I feel like their draft is not about being passive.
And Daylight is going to get punished. It's such an odd timing because, like you said, LaFell, Legion Esports, they've spent quite some time on that bot side. The one moment they were not there, their gold laner goes down.
So you see them waiting there to kind of like deter Mongols from moving aggressive. But then once they see the Mongols, they back off. And then after that, the protection for Daylight is no longer there. So I'm worried that Legion Esports, they're playing this draft like it's a scaling draft when it really isn't. It's all about winning the early game.
I wonder how comfortable they actually are. Like, this Kadita is still not really moving much, but this is an opportunity. Mel goes in Infernal Pursuit. They bring the guiding wind, everyone to the backline. Rough Wave committed. They want to look for Zetsu to take out the jungler of the Mongols, allowing their own to get the objective. Hehe does end up going down, but at least Legion find the objective and they make it out alive.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like,
they didn't even find Zetsu, man. That's
it's
so...
a 1-for-1. If they got a kill, then I would say that's a better trade. And now, like, I don't know. This is an interesting draft, like we said. The logic is there. It can work out. It can definitely work out. It's just that they're not playing towards their strength.
I think Daylight needs to, not Daylight, sorry. Hehe needs to be the one moving with Nart.
I'm okay with all three of them moving together, you know?
I agree. The lack of mid lane prior also is not helping them either. This Kadita is stuck managing the wave, while this Yi, Meiki, is just moving around the map. She already has going on.
I'm looking at Kadita. I'm just looking at Kadita.
What is the first item? Is it gonna go Blood Wings?
I mean, if you're looking at the minimap, very careful movements by the Kadita, which I can respect. I can definitely respect, but
I think Bankai should have seen that. The War Axe for Joe completed. He should be able to clear out this wave. Just a bit of poke. Nar circling Eagle. Brings in here. That's the Petrify. The combo will not be the cancel by the onwards. The Mongols respond so fast.
You were talking about he probably saw it. Well, Bankai definitely saw it.
He definitely did. The Legion Esports wants round number 2. They want Bankai. They cannot get it. Rinix K blows them up and Meow goes down. Zetsu shows on top side. Daylight is the target. Gets sliced a couple of times. The arrow not in range. But again, Mongols take top tier 1. They take orange buff. Legion just gets nothing.
Legion Esports, their hopes are crumbling here, Husky. The moment they lose against the Mongols, that's it. That's GG. That's GG. They can't get out of groups. Our Kill Cure can't get out of groups.
Yeah, no one gets out of groups.
It's all Incilio.
Incilio players watching this again right now, and they are just crossing their fingers that Mongols now have a good chance of making the rest of Group B invalid.
Yeah, the Mongols are denying the dream from happening. And yeah, I'm looking at Kadita's item as well.
Still haven't completed that first item. There we go, Blood Wings. The thing, Blood Wings doesn't solve the problem though. Genius 1 was kind of what I'm expecting. Good dodge with the flicker by Shen Lin, and not caught by the RWM. That's 500 damage. He goes down.
Yeah, the way
6k goal lead level in 7 minutes.
Yeah, 6 kills as well.
It's gonna be 7. Another kick from Shen Lin. There's nowhere out for Meow, not even with Vengeance.
It took a little bit longer, but yeah, right now 7 kills in 7 minutes, 7,000 goal lead. This is systematic by Mongols. This is a much different Mongols from game number 1, where Legion Esports made sure that Rinix K could not play the game. The Mongols are just making sure that everyone on the team cannot play the game. Like in Legion Esports, they took a risk with this draft, not really working out so far.
Yeah, it is. There's no dividends. The ROI is 0. They are losing and really fast. Rinix K is Malefic Gun and the BOD completed under 8 minutes, so starting to work on the third item. 8 minutes in, 8k goal lead for the Mongols. Truly systematic, right? It's like Divide and Conquer. They take the jungle, they take the side lanes. Legion Esports have no way of not just opening the map, but any early attempts of Matilda plus Kadita engaged, that one has also been denied.
Oh, trust me, I played a Kadita from behind.
You don't get to play the game at all.
I feel like I'm the weakest mage of all because I can't burst anyone, especially first item Blood Wings. Nah.
You feel helpless as a
Kadita.
Kadita.
I feel helpless. Yeah, no, for sure. Look at the goal difference here. 1.8k goal difference in the mid. That's a big difference. Looking at the jungle, it's not any better. 2.7k goal lead.
Yeah, Wishing Lantern and Flowing One for Meiki. Is it too early to say that this game is almost done for Legion?
7-0, 9,000 gold lead. I mean, I don't know. We've seen a lot of comebackable games. I don't know if this is one of them.
They don't have the best wave clear too.
They don't have the best wave clear. They don't have the best scaling. That's the other issue. Like, BG's one of the best scalers in the game. Eve, one of the best heroes just overall in the game right now. I don't know, not looking good.
No, not at all. First Lord up.
Oh, another one. Even Bankai scales well.
That too, yeah, this Edith. War Cry. The amplified damage. I don't know, who can eat it up? Who can stand stand against the Mongols? I don't see any possibility. At least not at this stage of the game. They probably need to survive for another 5 minutes. It's a tall ask.
Right now, the Mongols, they're just poking out Legion Esports. They're looking at the mid lane while the Lord is marching up top. The mid lane's taking a lot of damage.
It's a flicker, tender flicker kick, denied. Good catch from Hey. They blow up Riddick's K. As Shinlin takes a couple of balls to the face, he also falls on Bankai. Pretty strong with the Primal Wrap. You gotta disengage, deal with the Lord at the same time. Legion Esports able to get a decent trade and protect their base.
We said they couldn't do it, but they found a way somehow, some way. Hey was able to get Riddick's K, and Riddick's K was definitely caught off guard. Using the flicker, not using the purify, unable to get out of the petrify.
Almost 1,000 gold swing, I think, in favor of Legion. Baby steps, right? They've survived the first onslaught. That's one way to get to the critical mass. Bruno did get a kill, I believe. Kadita also did. So there's some sort of a recovery.
Oh, I just look at Joe's damage. Look at the bottom of the screen.
Oh my goodness.
That's damage dealt, Husky.
Shenlin did more damage than him. They gotta do this a couple more times.
Joe so far is there for the crown control.
Yeah.
Like, he can deal damage, but it doesn't look like he's able to really deal out damage. And again, folks, just remember, Eve is the counter towards Alpha. Alpha can move forward with all the slows. He has to expand his Spirit of Alpha to go in or go out. And in this case, he's using it to go out. But again, like, what are the options does he have? He can go in, he might get a kill, but he will die, and he will probably bring his friends with him.
Good surveillance from Naruto. Let's find Shenlin. Again, Legion. You gotta play the most perfect game of your careers. Next Lord in 10 seconds. Bankai is already in the bush. Side lanes need to be managed. Again, Legion doesn't have the best wave clear, so a lot of that responsibility falls onto Daylight. He's clearing bottom wave, and he's gonna have a Nard to bring him to the Lord. He's gonna make it there in time.
Oh yeah, even Shenlin sees it, but Shenlin can't really do much against the movement from Nard and Daylight. Zetsu just gets the Lord, and they gotta do it again.
They gotta do it again.
Legion gotta protect their base again somehow, some way.
I think it's a guarantee that they at least lose one inhibitor, and it should be the top one since it's less than half out. That's where the Lord will spawn. It's not going to charge into the structures yet. That's good news for Legion Esports, but still. So Divine Glaive second item for the Kadita. Really trying to accelerate the burst that she has.
Yeah, right now for the Mongols, again, they're looking pretty good. They're letting the Lord slow push up top again. And it looks like this time they want to pressure in the bottom a little bit. Bankai as well as Meow is just hovering around. Sorry, Bankai and Shenlin is hovering around just to make sure that Legion Esports is all accounted for. Yeah. They see everyone here. The Lord should probably get this top inhibitor.
Bottom wave is not synced up, so at least Legion Esports only has 2 lanes to worry about. They lose the top inhibitor, but still use the Mongols. Trying to look for the coup de grace. It's gonna expire, so no engage just yet. But Mongo's really patient. There's no knockout from Hey. He already used it. Bottom inhibitor is going to fall as well. So in one fell swoop, the Mongols take all the structures. Yeah, the Mongols aren't pushing it that far as well. They're being very patient. And this could be the Mongols' first win here. It could be. And their first win can shatter the dreams of many. The most impactful win in a wildcard. The most impactful win, yeah. In wildcard. The game changer. The standing changer. You take everyone down with you. Everyone sit down. Like Legion Esports shattered the hopes of RQ Akira, well, half of Brazil. The Mongols is about to break the hearts of Vietnam and Mekong.
Who knew in one best of 3
In one best of 3, we decided the fate of Group B.
of both teams. They came here with hope. The hope hasn't died just yet. Legion Esports, if they can find a way to turn things around, they have hope. But that's very ambitious. Hey, if they can do it, they deserve to go to the next stage. They deserve to go to the decider match.
If RQ Akira wins 2-0. So
Yeah.
again, half the battle needs to be won by Legion. They are definitely losing this one. Such a big contrast from game 1 where whatever they did to the Mongols is being done to them.
We were talking about how the Mongols, their spirits, their mental could be crushed. Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Oh, apparently it fired them up even more.
Brilliance K was like, okay, they ganked me like 5 times in 2 minutes. Let's do the same.
It's like Legion just poked the hornet's nest. It's like, oh, now you did it.
Now you did. Watch out.
We were gonna take it easy, but nah, you just had to gank Renex K that many times. This time, you know what? Different Mongols showing up.
Yeah, you wanna bully the first timer on stage? We'll show you what he's made of.
And now the Lord has pawned. Legion Esports and the Mongols, they're looking at the situation here. I know I just saw Husky. It's okay. It's a very short cooldown.
Yeah. I'm more worried about the sideways, right? Because this is the worst position to be in.
Oh yeah.
Because you have no inhibitors. And Mongols don't even need to rush it. It's like, oh, do you want it? Yeah, get through Meiki first. Get through Shenlin. Joe needs to steal off his lifetime. Bill Baba committed to save Nart. That's the retreat with the guiding wind. Bottom wave though.
Oh, I'm looking at the bottom wave
Bottom
too.
wave.
Oh, that's so dangerous, man. Oh, look at that. Even Joe has to go back.
Oh, he's not. No, you gotta recall. It might be too late. It's too late. They go for the engage. The flicker of shadow. That is probably the Death Warrior's sign. Steal and deliver daylight. You gotta pull off the fight of your lifetime with the help of Hei. Knock up Russian Lin. Jit Kundo in their faces. The base is open.
Dude, look at
Even
the
if they win the fight, it wouldn't matter, will it? Not running away. Daylight also surviving. Shenlin, he's just going straight down mid. Winter crown by Zensu to buy time is all about stalling it out. The minions and Shenlin will end the game. A couple more punches and the kingdom will fall. Legion Esports have officially been shattered by the Mongols.
A moment, folks. Just to get all of this in. Legion Esports was close. But their half of the battle, they did not succeed. We're going to a game 3. Mongols' first victory here just shattered dreams.
You know who's the biggest winner? Incilio.
Yeah.
Just won Group B thanks to the Mongols. They won without playing. But props to the Mongols for really recomposing for game number 2 and delivering whatever poison that was fed to them in game 1 by Legion. They got a taste of it and they paid it back twofold. Oh boy, it's a dark day for Legion Esports fans. Came in so strong.
Yeah, KB is so strong, but now we gotta go for game number 3. And who knew the Mongols had it in them? Like that was a very dominating game. Questionable from Legion there for that.
Yeah.
Draft and the movement.
Yeah. Like you could definitely see the idea with the draft. If it's pulled off, it would be a statement, but whatever that could go wrong, went wrong. And a big part of it, I still think, when you look back at the minor details, that level 4, that priority, the lane swap, actually backfired big time for Legion.
I can see it being used in a very niche situation.
Yeah, but not every game.
Not every game, for sure.
This is
not
definitely
every game.
not it.
Like, I feel like the Kadito is fine in mid, doesn't get bullied out by Meiki on the Eve. And honestly, the Phobius as well doesn't have a bad time against the Edith on the EXP. So there's really no reason for them to switch it out. Like, I can see Hylos going up against CC, then okay, maybe the Hylos goes mid.
Yeah.